Let's have a conversation.
Thank you for having me on. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and I'm sure I'll see you at one of these events again soon.
We got Mark with the Mindful Reality podcast, who I've been a guest on, and it was a blast.
Thank you for having me, honestly, and I cannot wait to do it again. We're going to do this again in the future. I just know it.
Good morning, Mindful Reality family. It's Mark, and I'm here surprisingly in the morning. There was a point in time when I was doing morning and evening lives, but there just hasn't been much to talk about lately. Everything has been really boring and predictable. So I was pleasantly surprised to wake up this morning and to see that something new had happened. And I was wondering to myself, is Felicia going to just keep talking to Matt and Jag indefinitely? And they're just not going to tell Cirie? Is Cirie not going to figure out that Felicia is leaking all this oil and running to Jag every time she says something to her? So for whatever reason, Matt finally decided, okay, I'm going to tell Cirie. Hi, Heather. Good morning. Matt finally decided he's going to tell Cirie what Felicia has been saying about her. So Matt gave her the drop. Matt let her know that Felicia has been coming to him and Jag and saying all these different things. Talking about how Cirie wants to keep Blue. Talking about how Cirie wants a split vote. Saying that Cirie wants to get rid of Jag in the double eviction. He let her know. He let her know all of the things that Felicia has been telling Matt and Jag. So now, Cirie, with this information in hand, now I saw, glimpses of the Cirie mastermind and the reason why Cirie is so good at these games. She's cerebral. The thing that is her handicap in the Big Brother game is the competitions, obviously. But in terms of the way she manages relationships and the way that she manages information, I said to myself, as soon as she knows about Felicia throwing her under the bus, ooh, it's going to get serious in this house. Good morning, Lisa. Thank goodness Matt gave Cirie a heads up. So let me break this down in chronological order. Matt has a conversation with Cirie. He tells Cirie everything that Felicia has been telling him and Jag. So after he has this conversation with Cirie, to cover his bases, he goes to his boy Jag and lets him know that he had this conversation. He was like, hey, Jag, I spoke to Cirie. I let her know what Felicia has been saying about her. And he was like, I think that Felicia is lying. And I think that Felicia has been trying to manipulate us, yada, yada. Good morning, Debbie. I think that Felicia has been trying to manipulate us. So the first thing that Jag is saying to Matt as a response is, why would you go and talk to her without me? He was like, you talking to Cirie and telling her that puts me in a worse position and makes me look sus. Because now Cirie is going to be like, so if she's been giving you all this information and saying all this stuff, if she's been saying all of this stuff to both of us, why is it that Jag never came and told me that? So he was telling Matt, like, that's a bad look for me. And even if it's unintentional, you kind of threw me under the bus by going to have this separate side conversation with Cirie. And he's like, oh, no. Matt was like, I'm sorry. I don't view it that way. That's not what I was trying to do. And I don't think that Cirie is going to target you. And he said, I don't think she's going to target me either. But I think that she's going to be like, why didn't Jag tell me all this stuff that Felicia was saying? Which she is. I'm sure that she is. But Matt went to tell Jag before anyone else could. Yeah, and actually, I don't know. I think Bowie and America were awake. But funny enough, Felicia was asleep when this was happening. So that's what provided the opportunity for this conversation to happen, was that Felicia went to sleep. So after he informed Jag, and Jag had that response of getting paranoid and thinking that it's going to be a bad look on him because he didn't tell Cirie, he was saying, Matt, we should have, if anyone was going to tell Cirie, we should have told Cirie together. But he said, my thought, this is Jag. Jag was like, my thought was, whatever Cirie tells me, keep it to myself. And whatever Felicia tells me, keep it to myself, because we want them to just go at each other and come to us to just bring us information. So we didn't want, he basically told Matt, I didn't want Cirie to have that information that Felicia was giving us. And I can understand why Jag would say that. Good morning, Marilyn. So after this conversation take place, Matt is like, let's the two of us have a conversation with Cirie. If you feel that paranoid about Cirie turning on you or feeling a way about you, let's have a conversation, the three of us together. So Cirie came into the HOH room to speak to Jag and Matt. Here's where Cirie, the mastermind, was actually at play. Because a lot of things that they have been attributing her to being a mastermind for is not even mastermind Cirie. It's just Cirie has been in survival mode for the last few weeks. But this is when I actually saw her genius at play. So she got into the room and she was having a conversation with them, and she was saying, Felicia came and spoke to me, and Felicia was telling me that we need to split the votes to make sure that Jag has to make the choice in front of everybody to get blue out and to get blood on his hands. I clearly watched Cirie try to pitch this to Felicia multiple different times, and Felicia was not with it. But she said Felicia was the one who was pitching this to her about splitting the votes 2-2. That's one thing. So it seemed like she convinced Jag and Matt, that it was actually Felicia the one who was trying to split the votes. And then they were like, well, let Felicia die on her sword, and let Felicia be the one vote because there's the three of us. If there's one thing that Cirie is willing to do in a game, it's abort a mission when things are not going her way. So she discarded blue. She discarded blue so fast. She was like, I don't care. I don't give a damn whether blue's here or not. I don't care whether it's a split vote or a unanimous vote. And then Cirie is like, as a matter of fact, I want it to be a unanimous vote because there's no point in making it a split vote, because what difference does it make? You're still going to vote for blue to go home. So I think that the thing that makes the most sense is for it to be a unanimous vote. But Felicia thinks that it should be a split vote. And I'm like, and the way she's talking and the way how she's so animated, it's believable. It sounded so believable. Even though it wasn't true, it sounded very believable. The thing with Felicia, yeah, Jag was buying everything that she was selling. But I always said, as soon as Cirie knows that Felicia is doing this, it's going to be a big problem for Felicia. Because Cirie is way, way better at it. Cirie is way better at it. Felicia was asleep. So no, he said that he's going to talk to Felicia today, but this was happening at about midnight Pacific time. And Felicia was fast asleep while this whole conversation happened. So he has not spoken to Felicia about it yet. So that was the thing with the 2-2 votes. She adamantly told Jag and Matt that Felicia wanted the votes to be split and she wanted the votes to be unanimous. And they had a whole conversation about that, and Jag was just like, it's just theatrics to make the votes split. A second thing, they were discussing about whether they should tell Blue beforehand or not. And Cirie kind of threw her 2 cents in there to say, I don't think that it's a good idea to tell Blue, because then it's going to just make her upset, and then she's going to try to campaign, and it's just going to make it awkward and for us and for everybody. And she's going to be campaigning, but she's going to leave anyways. So the best thing to do is just not to tell Blue. And Jag was like, yeah, I agree. I think that I should just not tell Blue. And I'm like, here she goes. Because she knows that that's the jury vote right there. I mean, I personally think that regardless of whether he tells Blue now or whether he doesn't tell Blue at all, she's not going to vote for him if he's in a final 2 chair. But not telling him at all, not telling her at all, seals the deal on her not voting for him. And then she's going to be bitter. She's going to be bitter, and she's going to tell the other people in the jury house. So another W. That's another W. What was the other thing? The split votes. Oh, yeah. I guess one of the most important things was that Cirie was talking to Jag and Matt and telling them the thing about Jag, about wanting to get Jag out in the double eviction. So she said that it was Felicia saying that we better get Jag out in the double eviction, because if he survives the double eviction, we're not going to be able to get him out. So she pinned that on Felicia as well. So at the end of this conversation, it was a pretty relatively short conversation, maybe about half an hour. I think it was very effective. The way that Cirie talks is very calculated, because she would be like, what benefit would I have to do that? I don't give a damn which one of them goes. I don't care as long as it's not me. She was like, Felicia gets really paranoid, and when she gets paranoid, her head starts spinning and she starts going through all these different scenarios. Y'all know how Felicia gets. And she said, why would I say any of that stuff when I'm not on the block and I'm not at risk of being on the block? I'm chilling. Essentially, a lot of what Cirie was actually telling Felicia, she was able to really quickly, after Matt gave her that information that Felicia was spilling everything, she instantly flipped the script, and things that she literally was the one to tell Felicia, she was like, Felicia told me this and this and this. Felicia said this and this and this to me. And I was watching some of those conversations. And she was actually the one to say that stuff to Felicia. And she's telling them that Felicia said it to her. But she said it in such a convincing way. And a skill that she has is sprinkling in some facts with fiction. So she would be like, Felicia said that y'all talked about this and this. So she would throw in something that is true and then mix it in with some things that are false. And basically an attempt to jam you up and scramble you up. Oh, Jag is somebody who's great in a room with Matt or with his allies, sitting and talking and strategizing and going through scenarios. But Jag is also an easy person to scramble up if you're sitting in a room with him lying to him. Hey, Charlotte, I always say better late than never. Oh, you saw that too, Maya? Cirie is awesome. Hi, Mindful Fam. Hi, Melanie. In fairness, Fee was telling outright lies mixed with partial truths. I have no problem with what Cirie is doing. Cirie is doing what she has to do. When somebody turns on you and you know it, now it's about damage control. So even if she didn't particularly like Felicia at this point, she still said to herself, strategically, my best bet is working with Felicia. And now she knows that Felicia was working against her. So Felicia could be in trouble earlier rather than later. Because you make an enemy out of Cirie Fields, we finally have something interesting to talk about and something interesting to watch. I think that people are going to see who Cirie really is over the next couple days. I hope that Cirie survives the double. I really do. Social game champion. Too bad she didn't have a strong team. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That is true. Was she actually lying while reading the Bible? She actually said, hand on the Bible. She actually said, hand on the Bible. I can't recall the exact thing that she was talking about, but I don't know. People are willing to lie on anything in the Big Brother game. She definitely said hand on the Bible while she was talking to Matt alone. Hand on the Bible. I didn't say that. Hand on the Bible. Hand on the Bible, Matt. Matt really trusts her, by the way, y'all. Matt really, really, really trusts her. Jag is still on the fence. Matt trusts her like 100%. Jag is like on the fence. Matt definitely wants a final three with Jag and Cirie, and Jag wants no parts of that. It's Big Brother, Melanie. Yep, it is Big Brother. Some parts were the truth. It wasn't all truth. Some parts were the truth. Matt did the same to Cam, hand on the Bible. Yeah, some parts were the truth. Some parts were not. But I will say this until I'm blue in the face. I don't have a problem with lying on Big Brother. In this case, Cirie was lying because she learned that Felicia was basically telling Jag and Matt a whole bunch of stuff in their conversations. So she was covering herself, creating an alibi. By the way, shout out to the 48 people a minute ago that are up here early in the morning. Well, if it's early in the morning for you, because it is 9:52 in the morning for me. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. What are we, day 85? I think we are day 85, and I've been live every single day, and I plan to be live every day out of these 100 days. All right. Jack thinks he's closer to Bowie than Matt. That's kind of a hot take. He is, and he should be, because Cirie is what Jag wants to be, but she's way, way better at it than him. All he's good at is winning the competitions, quite honestly. Cirie and Matt need to be. I would love to see a Cirie and Matt final two. Cirie did what she had to do. I agree, Tango. Hey, Sapphire. Jack thinks he's closer to everyone except Felicia. Pure mayhem last night in the BB house. Finally. It's like, finally. I was waiting for something to talk about. You can't, out of these 100 days, at least half of these 100 days, I sit on my computer and I'm like, what am I going to talk about when I go live? Isn't that sad? For me to have to think of the topic, because I refuse to go the route of a lot of other vloggers and to just see what everybody's talking about on social media and go with that. Oh, Matt was talking to this person and he said this, so he's a misogynist. Oh, this person said this thing about this one, so this statement is racist. The low-hanging fruit type of things to talk about. I don't do that, so some of these days have been hard for me to come up with topics. But I was so excited to wake up this morning and see that there was actually something new that happened. Okay, so we have reached our, what do I want to call it? Intermission. Not really intermission, but the point where I check how many likes are here and see if the math is mathing. I see 40 people in here. There were 48 at one point. and I only see 21 likes. So those who have been here before know exactly what that means.
What sense does that make? The math is not mathing.
The math is not mathing. Please help the math and hit the like button. Liking is free, and it shows the YouTube algorithm gods that you're not just here, but you're engaged with my content, and you think I'm the best Big Brother vlogger on the internet. I just added that last part. Lisa, 100%. You're the MVP mark. Thanks, Melanie. I meant to type Cirie. Jack thinks he's closer to... I know, that's so true, actually. That is so true. He thinks he's close. He thinks that everybody is loyal to him. America, who wants him out badly, he thinks she's loyal to him. He thinks Blue's loyal to him, which I guess she is. He thinks Felicia's loyal to him, Bowie, Matt, everyone else in the house. The reason why he's so shook about Cirie is it's the one person that he does not feel like he has a read on. And he doesn't. He said to Matt, I wonder if Cirie is saying this stuff now because she's just trying to get close to you. And Felicia is saying this stuff to me because Felicia's trying to make a final two with me. But what Jag doesn't realize is that Matt has been close to Cirie for a long time. Matt has been close to Cirie for a long time. It's not like Cirie is doing what Felicia is doing, where Felicia was never working with Jag and then all of a sudden is trying to hop on the Jag train out of nowhere because now she's like, wow, he's just winning everything. So let me now try to be this tremendous ally to Jag. This is one way where I'm like, Matt is playing a good game, y'all. Matt is playing a good game. Even though he is being fooled a little bit by Cirie. He's playing a good game in the sense that Jag, I think, underestimates Matt's relationship with Cirie. And I don't think he's even explicitly told Jag, I want to be in a final three with you and Cirie. I think he's just trying to make that happen. And he's constantly thinking of ways to try to make that happen. Cirie is in her bag right now. Jag knows she's out playing him right now, but he can't do anything. I don't even think Jag understands how much she's outplaying him. I don't think so. I think that Jag feels that he's way smarter than he is when it comes to this game. Jag don't want that smoke from Cirie, LOL. Jag owes his second lifeline in the game to Cirie. I've never understood why Cirie has not taken the credit for that. But maybe that is something that she would say if she was sitting in a final two chair. I don't know. But the reason why I don't understand why she hasn't used that is because Jag has been so anti-Cirie from the week that Jared and Corey had that argument. So I'm like, why would she not use that to smooth things over? But it could be something where she agreed with Matt that she wouldn't say anything. Like, that's your thing to tell. Matt bringing Cirie to final two. Now that is a serious question. If Matt, Jag, and Cirie were in the final three and Matt wins the final competition, I'm wondering if he would bring Cirie or if he would bring Jag. Because honestly, if he brings Jag, it could be like a Cody Derek type of mistake. Cirie could beat him in a final two, but I kind of tend to think, even though I was previously saying that Matt would beat Jag in a final two because of jury management, I tend to think that, I don't know, it could be a split vote. It could be a split vote if Matt and Jag were in the final two. And it could also be a split. Like, this season is not a season where there's one dominant force. But obviously, Jag is the only one that has all the, like, I think everybody else has one. Everyone left has either one comp win or no comp wins. And he has, what, 6 or something like that? So it's but I could actually see them just picking Matt because Matt managed relationships better than Jag has been doing. Jag probably thinks he made that happen. Hopefully he would take Cirie. Thanks, Felicia. And to think, if you remember during that week, Lisa, to think that Blue was so happy and crying over the fact that her guy, Jag, was able to stay in the house. I feel like Jag has almost never been loyal to her in the game. And a matter of fact, from the time that Blue started getting with Jared, he basically dropped her. And then when Jared was gone from the game, they had that whole emotional conversation, blah, blah, blah. And I feel like Blue has stayed true to him. And Blue has always been expendable. I said it yesterday. I 90% believe that Matt would bring Jag to final two. Felicia equals Jag. Cirie equals Matt game-wise. Felicia equals Jag. Cirie equals Matt. I don't think Cirie can beat either of those two guys, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're talking about jury votes. So I tend to think that, honestly, with this group, I think that Cirie would have her best chance of winning in a final two chair against one of the ladies. But the likelihood of that happening, the likelihood of her and another lady getting to the final two chair is unlikely. See, this is the reason why I'm having a hard time with predicting the jury, because there's 7 of them, and that's a small jury. And with this group, I just don't know what they would do. Like I have no clue what they would do. I can try to predict based on past juries, but imagine in a house like this, where everything flips every second and you don't know left or right, whether people are coming or going. It's hard for me to predict anything in this game. For all the bad things I can say about season 25, I guess if you want to call this a positive, the one positive thing about the game is that when we get to the end, I have no clue. There's 2 weeks left. There's 15 days left. We're day 85. There's 15 days left of Big Brother. I have no clue how this is going to end. I don't know how the jury's going to vote. I don't know who's going to turn on who in the house. I don't know how the double eviction is going to go. It's just, I just watch, and whatever is happening, and then I just comment on whatever is happening. I had no clue that Matt was going to choose today or yesterday night to tell Cirie all that stuff. I didn't know he was going to tell her at all. And you know what? Jag didn't know he was going to tell. So even though he apologized to Jag, I think it was strategic for him to talk to Cirie before he told Jag. And then it was like, I got to cover my bases with Jag and let him know right after the conversation that I talked to Cirie so that he doesn't think that I'm doing something sneaky behind his back. Even though it was somewhat sneaky. It wasn't snaky, but it was sneaky. I think she would make... You don't want to sit in a... I feel like Cirie in a final two speech would be Taylor-like. I mean, there's only one Taylor when it comes to speeches, but what I'm trying to say is a final two speech next to Cirie would be a game breaker. Because it looks like she's doing nothing to them. But I bet you if she had the ability to make a speech, oh goodness. I think that speech would be epic. Oh, I missed this comment. Cirie would take America over Matt to final two and vice versa if they can manage it. I think it's Cirie. Oh, yes. To be honest, it depends how the double goes. The double determines a lot. If Jag stays, he's winning the game. Yeah, our only hope for the end of this game to be interesting is for America or Cirie to win that HOH. Our whole interest level in having anything interesting to talk about, to watch, all comes down to whether America or Cirie can pull this W off. I'm wondering, will Cirie tell Blue today that she's a target to get ahead of Jag's plan to throw Fee and Cirie under the bus? I'm feeling like no, but I don't know. Could happen. It's something for us to watch. It could happen, but I don't know. But I'm feeling like no. If I had to put money on it, I would say no. I would say no, but she might. But the reason why she has not told Blue so far is that she's been worried about Blue getting emotional and Blue going and confronting Jag, because she knows that Matt and Jag are the power players when it comes to competitions. If Cirie still had somebody in there like Jared or Heisam or Red or somebody who could win comps and they were in her corner, she probably would have already told Blue. But the fact that she knows that she's on the bottom of the totem pole when it comes to comps, I think that's what has prevented her from spilling the beans. America or Cirie has to win. If Jag wins veto, I like Matt, but they definitely got to split Matt and Jag up. And I don't know why these ladies would rather attack each other. Because I said last week, there's 5 ladies and 2 men. So the ladies are defaulted to probably work together, and they're still not working together. I know that Jag won, so there was no choice in that regard of one of the guys going home. But I think the ladies still should have been working together in a sense of, okay, this week they won, but let's think about this double eviction and hope and pray and have an agreement that if any one of us ladies happens to win an HOH, we put the 2 men up. And it seems like Bowie and Felicia wouldn't do that. Well, I don't know about Felicia because she's kind of a wild card, but I think Cirie, that's what I was thinking. Like Cirie whispering in Blue's ear. Or if she doesn't whisper in her ear, saying it in her goodbye message. That might be something Cirie does. Cirie might put in her goodbye message, Blue, I wanted to save you, but, Jag wanted you out. And I tried to campaign, but there was nothing I could do because I'm only 1 vote. I could see her making her goodbye message revealing in that regard. If Cam would have worked with Cirie, that could have been a good duo. Yep. They're not working together because Bowie, which is dumb because you're not beating them, I don't think. I don't think that Bowie Jane would beat Matt and Jag in part 1 or part 2 of the competition. The only hope that Bowie Jane would have is if one of them just decided, hey, I have a better chance against Bowie Jane, so I'm picking her to take to the final 2. That's true, Cameron. I'd be sad to see Matt go on a double, but it would be the easiest, least emotional path. Emotions, Lisa? Emotions? You have emotions about the season? Because FBJ and Mama Fee they have. They're hardcore playing for 3rd place, 4th place. Hardcore. Especially Felicia. Felicia's like, as long as I get Cirie out, I'm happy. I won. That's my win. Cirie being out of the game is my win. Doesn't want to win the game. The house guests played the beginning of the game like I know, right? And now they're playing the end of the game like it's week 4. This is a weird season. They started out playing this game so hard in the first month. And now here we are at the part of the game which is the most critical and crucial part of the game, where you should be making all these power moves and this should be the most exciting spot. Hey, Mark, I'm late. Hi, YTC. They've been all over the place. Yeah, they've been all over the place. You don't know who's going to do what. You don't know who is going to do what. The season was actually, I think the Big Brother season 24, I think they said it was like 82 days or something. So by this time, in the game last year, the game was already over. That's one thing. Oh, there was something else I was going to say. I attribute that to Cirie's gaming methods and having to lay low until now. Cirie has been in survival mode. But what's so cool for me to see about Cirie is that when she gets an inch of opportunity, she runs with it. Because I've been saying Cirie is a mastermind in the game, but she does not have the allies anymore. She has 0 allies in this game currently, except Matt. Matt is her only ally. But to this point, Matt was withholding a whole bunch of information from her. But that's the whole thing about relationship management. Relationship management is a big part of Big Brother. And she has been nurturing the hell out of this relationship with Matt since Riley left. Since Riley got evicted. She has been really, really nurturing this relationship with Matt. And now, those seeds that she's been planting with Matt have sprouted into flowers. This investment that she made into Matt early is paying dividends late. So it's not random. It's not random that Matt came to her. If y'all have been watching these conversations she's been having with Matt, she's just like, you know, I love you, Matt. You know, who would have thought that we would have gotten so close? I trust you 100%. You're such a good guy. Like, those things are resonating with him to where he probably felt like, game aside, I actually like Cirie, and I feel bad to just let Felicia keep dragging her name in the mud and not let her know. Not my emotions, the house guest emotions. Oh, I got you. I remember when they didn't want to get Kiefer out on BB Can because they loved him so much whenever they... You know what? I feel like low key, that's how they would feel about Cirie. As funny as that may sound, or y'all may not agree with me, but I think that Cirie, for all the stuff they said about Snake and Snitch and whatever, is an endearing figure because they're like, this lady has been on the TV screen for 20 plus years and she's like my idol, and who knows if she's going to play another one of these games after she leaves. So I think that they actually would be sad to see her leave. I do. These older house guests in pregame videos are like, I'm not going to be a pawn for these younger house guests. This is why they should have kept Heisem up in there. Because you finally had an older house guest. I mean, he's not that old, but, you know, like a mid-40s house guest who was able to win comps. You should have kept him in the game. Has Jag told Blue? No, he has not. And the last thing that I saw him say at the end of that conversation is, well, Blue's my friend, and I don't want her to have to stress in her last day in the house. So I'm thinking that I'm just not going to tell her. Now, the question is, okay, what's going to happen with this Cirie Felicia thing? What's going to happen in Jag's conversation with Felicia? If Jag decides to tell Felicia everything that Cirie said this morning, early in the morning, the whole house could be chaos. And Blue could find out because Felicia is going to be mad. Big mad. So the only way I would say that Blue's not going to find out at all, they're most likely not going to find out, is if Jag does not tell Felicia what Cirie has said. For sure. See, if watching Traders, I know that a lot of y'all watched her seasons of Survivor. I only saw some of her Survivor highlights, but I never saw any of the full seasons of her on Survivor. But when I watch the Traders, that's how I know what Cirie is capable of. The Traders is a hard show, y'all. And she was amazing at it. Cody got cracked like an egg on the Traders. Cody was terrible at the Traders, quite frankly. And it was written all over his face that he was a traitor. He looked sick to his stomach before he even got voted out. Like the game just got to him that much. And Cirie sat there stone-faced the whole game and won the final in epic fashion. If you have not seen the Traders US season 1, you got to check that out. because you'll see Cirie in all her glory there. Do you think Felicia and Cirie are going to make Jag force break a tie vote? No, I don't think they're going to work together anymore. I think that at this point in time, especially after that conversation Cirie had with Jag and Matt, she said, I'm not voting for blue. She said, I'm voting for whatever y'all want. That's what I'm going to do. And I do not think that at this point she would break that. So Jag was saying, if anything, it's going to be 3-1 and Felicia will be the only vote for blue. So I think that now that Cirie gave them her word that she was not going to vote to keep blue, she will not vote to keep blue unless they somehow decide they want to keep blue. But if they stick to they want blue out, Cirie's voting blue out. I don't think she would do otherwise. Felicia has to be one of the worst BB players of all time. Took out one of her ally on HOH reign. Yep. And had a final 2 with Mimi, who did absolutely nothing in the game, and throwing Cirie under the bus. Her acting on the Traitors. I'm sorry to spoil this for anyone who wants to see the Traitors, but if you want to see the Traitors, just turn off the video now, because I'm about to say something about the Traitors. Cirie was in the final 4. She could have split the money with this guy that was also a traitor. She outed him as a traitor. So he quit. The guy got out of the game by quitting. And then the way the Traitors works, she had a choice to split the money. And basically, she convinced the other 2 people that were there that she was not a traitor. You're not really going to understand it with my explanation, so it doesn't really matter. But she basically got down to the end, and the way the show works is they started with 3 traitors, and then they had 3 traitors, and she voted out one of the traitors as a traitor. And she got all the money at the end. She got the whole money because the money could have been split, but she got all of it. Production tried to cast enough older players to align. This is what I'm saying. Even though they had multiple older players, the power is if you work together. The problem with Felicia is like Felicia feels like, oh, I gotta integrate with the younger players and hope that they're gonna take me along for the ride. They're not doing that. They if you listen to how they've been talking about them, it's like, we can get her out later. She's not a big concern. That's the only reason she's still there. Cody was balling. Cody said on Winner's Circle that the Traitors is the hardest game that he's ever played on. He said it was much harder than Big Brother, and he said that he had to do some serious counseling after it was done. When is it coming out? Because I'm very excited about that roster. I'm excited about Dan, but I'm most excited about Johnny Bananas and CT being on that show. Like, how crazy is that? Johnny Bananas. I'm about to look up when that comes out. Trader Season 2. So they're saying late 2023 or early 2024. Okay. All right. So we got a little weight on our hands. The mamas could still come together and pretend like it. So this is what I'm thinking about that, Lisa. Cirie said something to, I forget who she said it to. I think she said it to Felicia yesterday. She was like, there's only 2 weeks left. And there is actually only 2 weeks left. So the double eviction is really everything. So on one hand, it's like, oh, I don't want to piss off Jag and Matt by splitting the vote. But on the other hand, you don't have a chance to win if Jag is still there. If Jag and Matt are still there after this week, you don't have a chance to win. So at this point in time, I tend to feel like just shake things up. Just shake things up. Cirie said at the beginning of the trader, she was like, I'm excited. I want to be a trader. Please let me be a trader. The rest of them were not saying that. We deserve Heisem for another season. Bring back Heisem. She did Tango. The end game was genius. And it was Cody. I'm not a big Cody fan. So there was 3 traders. I don't know. I don't remember the name of the third guy. But the original 3 traders, were Cody, her, and somebody else. So when she started to see like, hey, Cody is kind of messing up too much and Cody's making too many mistakes. Rachel was calling him out, by the way. Rachel from Big Brother, she was on the season and she kept saying, Cody's a traitor. Cody's a traitor. Cody's a traitor. And she was right. And it was eating at him. So they blindsided Cody, basically. Cirie and the other traitor blindsided Cody and voted him out. And he found out at the table. Yeah, I watched the first episode of Traders Canada. I haven't seen the next couple of episodes yet. I got to catch up. Matt finally told Cirie that Felicia was throwing her under the bus. He should have done right away since they're working together. Yeah. Christian, thank you, Tango. Christian, yes. Sorry I'm late. And I have to say sorry, too, because I'm leaving in the next 5 minutes. But appreciate you for hopping on. By the way, just to let you guys know, I'm so glad there's so many of you on right now because I will not be able to be here in the evening. I won't be able to make a live in the evening. If I can, and it's a big if, I'll come on in the early afternoon. Wow, there's 60 people on here now. But I won't be here in the evening because the challenge premiere. The challenge premieres tonight. The challenge season 39. I feel Matt might betray Jag because he knows he wants to get the votes to win because he's been getting carried by Jag and only has 1 veto. I'm thinking so. And I'm thinking that Cirie planting those seeds in his head, also, it might pay dividends down the line. But we're going to learn a lot on Thursday. We're going to learn so much on Thursday. And yes, please hit that like button. Thank you, Sapphire. Please hit the like button. Please and thank you. I watched Traders all at once marathon after Cirie came on BB and watched Cirie highlights on Survivor. She is a legend. I didn't know Cirie at all when she went on the Traders. I had never seen Survivor at that point in time. Had I seen Survivor? Let me see. I think the Traders. Oh, yeah, the Traders was earlier this year. Yeah, so I had seen a couple seasons of Survivor, but I didn't see her seasons of Survivor. So she was brand new to me when I saw that. So honestly, I was more excited based on seeing her on the Traders versus Cirie, the Survivor legend. Oh, yeah, it was far from easy for him. Jag would be the worst trader ever, especially if he was one of the traders. He would be the worst trader ever. And if he was a faithful, oh my goodness, he would be like, what was the name of that black guy on the Traders that was so sure about everybody being a trader and he was wrong about every selection that he made? I don't know I don't remember his name, but he was terrible at all his picks and all his theories. That would be Jag. In terms of the deliberations, if he was a trader, he would drive his fellow traders crazy. Oh, you know what? I haven't been doing this in a while. Tango, Quentin. I haven't done this in a while, but how did you find the channel? And where are you from? And welcome. And everybody, please give Tango a wave in the comment section. Please and thank you. No way, Cameron. I can't imagine. What did you think after watching the 11? No, the challenge is on at 8. The challenge is not on at 11. It's on at 8 o'clock. Let me double check that. Yeah, the challenge, as far as I know, is on at 8 p.m. Eastern. I would not be staying up till 11 if that was the case. All right. But I'm going to drop some information in my memberships. I'm going to let y'all know what I'm doing tonight in the memberships section. What time is the challenge? Come on. 8 p.m. Do I personally know some of the cast? Let me see. Out of the challenge season 39 cast. Okay. Out of the challenge season 39 cast, I have met CT and Olivia and Michelle and Kyland. CT, Olivia, Michelle, Kyland. I'm looking at the list. That's why I'm taking some time. Yeah, I think that's it. I have met CT, Olivia, Michelle, and Kyland out of the Challenge 39 cast, which were all cool. CT, Olivia, Michelle, and Kyland. I had the least interaction with Michelle, but when I spoke to Michelle, the one thing that I remember her telling me, what, because I asked Michelle for an interview and she basically said no. And she said the reason why is because she was protecting her mental health, because she said it's been hard on her to face the fandom after these shows. And I told her that my channel covers reality TV from a mental health perspective. And she was like, that is awesome. Like, we need more vloggers like you in the world. But she still didn't agree, but she gave me a compliment just like Amira did. You can't survive. I know, right? One and done. I learned how Cirie uses her social skills to persuade folks, not really needing to win. And the funny thing is, Cirie does this thing that I call hiding in plain sight, because they're all like, oh, we see what Cirie is doing. Cirie is good with everybody. Cirie is doing this and this strategy. And it's like, yeah, you're calling out all the stuff that she's doing, but she's still in the game. Why? Quentin, yes. All right. These waves are for Tango. All these waves are for Tango. Yes, Tango, welcome. I was just scrolling and saw your live. Decided to hop on. Glad you joined us and hope you come back often. I was looking at the TV guide from 9. Oh, that's probably a replay. Yeah, because it's definitely 8 p.m. I missed the beginning of the live. Replay crew. Morning, Tasha. He's about to leave. You took my job today. Lisa, the only reason, by the way, the only reason that you have not been doing that lately, Lisa, I feel, is because of you getting the information on my Discord. So with that said, anyone who does not want to miss information about when I'm going to be on next, in addition to hitting the notification bell and subscribing to my channel on YouTube, jump on my Discord, which I'm about to grab the link for that and post it in the chat, because I try to tell everybody on Discord before I jump on, and that has seemed to be working. Because look, Lisa has been here on time, like what, 3-4 days in a row now, which is very, very significant. Lisa is famous for jumping on my lives when I say I have 5 minutes left. Hi, we have the same name. Good morning, Lisa. It was kind of a blessing that she was on the bottom after all. Exactly. It helped her not to have to upset people or make moves that would get people upset. Exactly. When all these things were happening, she's giving them hugs. She's hugging America. She's hugging Matt when Riley left. She was hugging, she was talking to America when Corey left. She's just been the mama. Being able to be the mama is the best strategy. She's like, let me just be mom. And I already know how to do that because I've done it 3 times. You're so right, Mark. Everyone, you have to join Mark on Discord. I don't use any other apps but YouTube, but I'm actually getting... Oh, yeah, exactly. That's why when Ma was like, oh, Mark, you're active today. The reason I wasn't active on Discord was because nobody was active on Discord. But when people start getting active on Discord, I get all these notifications on my phone. So I open it up because of that. Tasha just joined Discord. Welcome, Tasha. It shows welcome, Tasha. We hope you brought pizza. They give funny little messages here. All right, y'all. Leaving in 2 minutes. So today my 5 minutes was about what, 15, which is which is short for me. When I say I have 5 minutes, Lisa is the first one who ever called me out on the fact that when I say I'm about to leave, it could be anything from a couple of minutes to an hour or more. I think one time I said I'm going to leave and I stayed for like another 2 hours. I am famous for that. But I'm leaving for real. And I just want to, as always, express appreciation for everyone jumping on here. You are the channel. My subscribers are the channel. The chat is more important than the show. Matter of fact, Big Brother production should be looking through all my chats and seeing everything that we say in here, because that would make the show more interesting and better. And I'm so excited to see when these house guests wake up today and to see the kind of conversation that Jag is going to have with Felicia, because he said he's going to talk to Felicia today. So I want to see, might we get a mama explosion again? Remember when Cirie got in Felicia's face and was like, "Oh, my mama." I want to see a mama showdown part 2. That would be hella interesting and exciting. A mama showdown. Mama Fee versus Mama C. Mama Fee versus Mama C. Fight night. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. and fight. All right, y'all. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop some more great content. And I will talk to y'all soon.
So you literally were one of my very first followers. And then when you followed me and I, followed back, I was like, this dude is cool. Like,
if they say talk to your manager, you just say, you know what, talk to the hand. You don't need to be on my podcast. But yeah, dude. Yeah, you do a great job.
Thank you. I always get a kick out of talking with you on Patreon. You have a really good, view on it.
That wasn't planned.
You know what?
Thank
But I like this Canadian. I
Well,
like this one.
well, thank you.